There's a language that exists beyond words, a subtle dance of gestures and expressions that often speaks louder than any conversation. It's a language that, if you're attuned to it, can reveal the depths of someone's feelings, their desires, their fears. When it comes to her, the woman who captivates my thoughts, there are signals she sends, hidden yet potent, that I've spent countless hours trying to decode. 11 signals, to be precise. Each one a thread in the intricate tapestry of her being, each one a clue to the enigma that is her heart. The first signal is the way she tilts her head when she listens. It's a slight movement, almost imperceptible, but it's there. When she leans in, her chin slightly raised, her eyes sparkling with curiosity, it's as if she's inviting me into her world. It's a gesture that says, I'm here, I'm present, and I care about what you're saying. In those moments, I feel like the most important person in the room, as if the chaos of the outside world fades away, leaving just the two of us in a bubble of understanding. It's a signal that tells me she values connection, that she's not just hearing my words, but is genuinely absorbing them, processing them, and weaving them into her own narrative. Then there's the way her laughter dances in the air, a sound that can light up the darkest corners of my mind. It's not just the sound itself, it's the way her eyes crinkle at the corners, how her smile widens, and how she leans back, almost as if she's trying to contain the joy bubbling within her. That laughter is a signal of her comfort, her happiness, and her willingness to let down her guard. It's a reminder that in this chaotic world, there are moments of pure, unadulterated joy. When I hear her laugh, I know I've struck a chord, that I've touched something deep within her, and it makes me want to chase that sound, to bottle it up and keep it safe. The third signal is more subtle, a fleeting glance that lingers just a moment too long. It's a look that speaks volumes, a silent acknowledgement of something unspoken between us. In that brief moment, I can feel the weight of her gaze, the intensity of her thoughts, and the depth of her emotions. It's as if she's peeling back the layers of her soul, allowing me a glimpse into her innermost thoughts. That glance is a signal of vulnerability, a reminder that beneath her composed exterior lies a world of complexity and depth. It's a call to explore, to dig deeper, to unravel the mysteries that lie within her. And then there's the way she plays with her hair when she's nervous or unsure. It's a small, almost unconscious movement, but it reveals so much about her state of mind. When she twirls a strand around her finger or tucks it behind her ear, it's a signal that she's feeling exposed, that she's grappling with something just beneath the surface. It's a reminder that even the strongest among us have moments of doubt, moments when we question ourselves and our choices. In those instances, I want to reach out to reassure her that it's okay to feel vulnerable, that it's okay to be uncertain. It's a signal that calls for empathy, for understanding, and for a safe space where she can be herself without fear of judgment. The fifth signal comes in the form of her silence. There are times when words fail her, when she retreats into herself, and the air becomes thick with unspoken thoughts. In those moments, I can feel the weight of her emotions pressing against the walls of her heart, and it's a signal that something is brewing beneath the surface. It's a reminder that not everything can be articulated, that sometimes the most profound feelings are those that remain unexpressed. I've learned to sit with her in that silence, to offer my presence as a balm for her unvoiced struggles. It's a signal that calls for patience, for the understanding that sometimes just being there is enough. The sixth signal is the way she touches her lips when she's deep in thought. It's a small gesture, but it carries a weight of significance. When she bites her lip or brushes her fingers across her mouth, it's as if she's trying to articulate the thoughts swirling in her mind, to give form to the intangible. It's a signal of contemplation, of introspection, and it tells me that she's processing something important. In those moments, I want to encourage her to share, to open up about the thoughts that are occupying her mind. It's a reminder that vulnerability can lead to connection, that sharing our innermost thoughts can bridge the gap between us. The seventh signal is the way she leans in when she's engaged in a conversation. It's a physical manifestation of her interest, a signal that she's invested in what's being said. When she inches closer, her body language shifts and her eyes widen with curiosity. It's as if she's inviting me to share more, to delve deeper into the topic at hand. It's a reminder that connection is a two-way street, that engagement requires effort from both sides. In those moments, I feel a surge of energy, a spark of inspiration that ignites my own passion for the conversation. It's a signal that tells me she's not just a passive participant. She's an active collaborator in this exchange of ideas. The eighth signal is the way she bites her nails when she's anxious. It's a habit that reveals her inner turmoil, a physical manifestation of the thoughts racing through her mind. When I see her fingers hovering near her mouth, I know that something is weighing heavily on her heart. It's a signal that calls for compassion, for the understanding that anxiety can manifest in many forms. In those moments, I want to be her anchor, to help her navigate the storm swirling within her. It's a reminder that we all have our battles, and sometimes the bravest thing we can do is to reach out for support. The ninth signal is the way her voice softens when she talks about her dreams. There's a tenderness in her tone, a vulnerability that emerges when she shares her aspirations and hopes for the future. It's a signal that reveals her innermost desires, the things that make her heart race and her spirit soar. In those moments, I can see the flicker of possibility in her eyes, the glimmer of hope that lights up her face. It's a reminder that dreams are fragile, yet powerful, and that sharing them can create a bond that transcends the ordinary. I want to nurture those dreams, to encourage her to chase them with the fervor they deserve. The 10th signal is the way she sighs when she's overwhelmed. It's a sound that carries the weight of her burdens, a release of the tension that has built up inside her. When I hear that sigh, I know that she's carrying more than she lets on, that there are moments when the world feels too heavy to bear. It's a signal that calls for empathy, for the understanding that we all have our breaking points. In those moments, I want to offer her solace, to remind her that it's okay to lean on someone else, that she doesn't have to shoulder the weight of the world alone. It's a reminder that vulnerability can be a source of strength, that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our humanity. Finally, the 11th signal is the way she looks away when she's feeling shy or embarrassed. It's a fleeting moment, a glance cast downward or to the side, but it reveals so much about her emotional landscape. When she avoids my gaze, I can sense the whirlwind of emotions swirling within her: self-doubt, insecurity, and perhaps even a hint of longing. It's a signal that tells me she's grappling with something, that she's navigating the complexities of her feelings. In those moments, I want to reassure her that it's okay to feel shy, that vulnerability can be beautiful, and that there's strength in embracing our imperfections. It's a reminder that we're all works in progress, navigating the intricate dance of connection and intimacy. As I reflect on these 11 hidden signals, I realize that they are not just isolated gestures. They are threads that weave together the fabric of her identity. Each signal tells a story, a glimpse into her world, and a reminder that beneath the surface lies a rich tapestry of emotions and experiences. Decoding these signals has become a journey of discovery, a quest to understand the woman who has captured my heart. In a world that often prioritizes words over actions, I've come to appreciate the beauty of nonverbal communication. It's a reminder that connection goes beyond the surface, that true intimacy is built on understanding and empathy. As I navigate this intricate dance with her, I find myself more attuned to the nuances of her being, more aware of the signals she sends my way. And so I continue to decode, to explore, and to cherish the hidden signals she gives. Each one is a gift, a piece of the puzzle that brings me closer to understanding her heart. In this journey, I've learned that love is not just about grand gestures or eloquent words. It's about the quiet moments of connection, the unspoken understanding that binds us together. It's about embracing the complexity of our emotions and finding beauty in the delicate dance of vulnerability and intimacy.